I'll try out some scam with Inti. I cut the Fables because I don't feel like Fable's very good at the moment. So I want to try it without I've lost. I lose. Pretty lucky. It's final boss scales already. Excuse me. Final boss scales. Take Oozle Doozle. We're on the play. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my fucking Hitotsugus with me either. Or Hitotsugu lists. Alright, I'm walking over here. Hopefully they can't pump this Ballista and kill Dauthi somehow. They would need like a very specific set of cards to be able to do that. Because the Zabalas ain't gonna do it. Hey, B-Chain. Take 2. So I can bolt Ballista. I think first things first. I'm playing Inti and I'm just attacking. I think I'm dropping this Castle Locthwain. I think there's something else I want to cast instead. Maybe I can play a land off the top. That's the land I was looking for. Excellent. Proud of you, Inti. Being an absolute beast. Although I'm dying kind of quickly. So I gotta kill them before they kill me. This is our very first game of the night. I realized the opacity on this background got turned way the hell up because I turned it up on my other scene, but I kind of dig it. Kind of like it. I could just discard Grief. I should probably Molten Collapse the Hangerback Walker. I'm gonna make tokens when it dies, so it's like whatever if it dies. Buff Inti. How are you feeling about the deck choices? I've been playing pretty much everything, and I think I'm either gonna settle on Scales, Yogg, and maybe Scam if I can find a build I'm happy with. One of those 3 though. And maybe Zoo, specifically if the new leyline is completely busted, because I think the new leyline could be really busted with Scion of Draco, since it makes all permanents all colors, and Scion says all creatures, and because Scion of Draco says all creatures, it gives itself hexproof, and Vigilance, Lifelink, Trample, First Strike, I think. Why discard spell if you hit a land? Why not hit land instead of the spell? Just wasn't lucky enough, Mason. It be like that sometimes. That's pretty good. It pitches to Fury. Wait a minute. I don't really need to do this now. Pitches to Fury feels bad, man. I think that leyline might be like really good. With Scion of Draco, it seems like kind of busted, but who knows? I want Magus the Moon, but not Blood Moon. Maybe a couple of Engineered Explosives, some Legion's Ends. Cursed Totem's good against like half the draws from Scales, but I probably still bring it in. Bowmaster's kind of the worst. Ragavan's kind of the worst. Take an extra Spyro. I think Sheoldred kind of sucks. Maybe I just take like 2 Spyros over Sheoldred. Any card you want to try out just for fun? Um, Archdruid Charm probably. I think First Moon's better. I don't think like multiple copies of Blood Moon effects are super great against them. This hand is great though. It's kind of close. It's usually if you kill the Urza Sagas, that's good enough. I think Archdruid's Charm is going to be super sweet and timeless. Mason, I have a deck to show you. I was cooking a little bit on Arena last night. Cursed Totem, not going to do anything against that. I think you can cook a little bit better than me because you've been playing like the green archetypes a lot. I have not. Um, I wanted to play something like you were playing with like the 8 Grazers plus Once Upon a Time channel, and I want to play 4 Archdruid's Charm with Splunking and Titan and 4 of the green Leyline, and then play like Sunken Citadel Nykthos to make 4 mana on turn 2 with the Leyline. But I don't think there's enough devotion stuff in this deck. It feels like somewhere lost in between. Also, I don't know if Channel's good. I don't think Channel's very good, but Channel Karn seems like kind of broken also. Yeah, there's something's here. I just don't know like what the rest of the meat and potatoes looks like, because I just wanted to play with the Leyline Shell with Sunken Citadel Nykthos. Back for Timeless Wednesday. No, 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 no. No Timeless Wednesday. Was just cooking. You almost played Channel. I feel like it's good. It's like a high variance card, right? Feel the Dead. That's true. But I feel like if you can cast Titan as early as like turn 3, turn 2 sometimes, you just put like double Leyline into play. That'd be like the nut hand, right? Leyline, Leyline, Sunken Citadel Nykthos, 8 mana on turn 2. I think I'm playing Cursed Totem. I'm casting Thoughtseize. Hangerback Walker, Walking Ballista. They have the Besage for the Cursed Totem. I take the Walking Ballista. Make them Besage me also. That's fair. Losing Field of Dead does kind of suck. But I just think there's something there with that Sunken Citadel plus Nykthos plus the Leyline. 4 mana on turn 2. Maybe you want like Old Growth Troll, but I'm not sure how good that is in Timeless. Or Kiora. Quality deck building. Curse Totem. Lots of Dauthi. I can pump this Ballista and kill a Dauthi. Do I care? I don't think I care. Can also just smack me for like 5, 6, 7, 8 max. Probably need to just terminate this so I don't die the following turn. The B. I definitely have to terminate this. It might pump the Hangerback Walker, but it's like kind of the same as attacking with it. Blocking him in 2 turns. I could terminate this and cast it as a blocker, but I don't think I need to. Hooligan's Command. Oh, that one seems good. Play Takenuma so I don't have to fetch. Draw a step. Destroy this, make them discard, pay the ward. I agree. I think Dauthi is the best card in this game. Maybe next to Bowmaster. Bowmaster might be better. Bowmaster was definitely better than the Bean meta. They didn't even pump Hangerback Walker. I'll go to 1. I was actually dead on board if I did that. I just realized that. So if they pumped Hangerback Walker, I need to kill Hangerback Walker. Hell yeah, I got the turn 6 gemstone out of their hand. I should have done the math a little bit more carefully. I think the ley line's got a pretty big game. Oh lord, it scams. Can't put him back bolt. Yeah, but you also have to think about, like, is it worth it if you're gonna hard cast it on turn 4? If you have to, because you drew it. If you could open it in your starting 7 every single time, I would say, yeah, it's probably worth it. But how viable is it for you to, like, use it when it's in your hand? Like, Zoo can discard it to Kavu, for example. I lose. They outgriefed me. Zoo doesn't get nothing from it. Scion of Draco becomes all colors, and when Scion of Draco is all colors, then it gets hexproof, lifelink, trample, first strike, vigilance. And it just becomes like one of the best creatures, one of the best 2-drops of all time. That's an insane creature. You can also like Leyline Binding on turn 1 without having to fetch a Triome. Am I casting that? I don't think so. Yeah, all your creatures get all the buffs also. But within its own self, it becomes unkillable. You have sideboard cards for those matchups too. I think it's definitely gonna buff Zoo. I don't think Zoo's bad right now because Zoo just absolutely dunks on Yawgmoth. And if Yawgmoth's gonna be the most popular deck, maybe Zoo's a good choice for the RC with the ley line coming out. Chances are I'm just gonna hit like a removal spell. I don't know. Maybe playing the Violent Outburst was fine, but I want to just cast Sheoldred next turn. I guess I was gonna be able to cast Sheoldred anyways. I don't have an Undying effect up for Sheoldred in case they cast Living End. I can't bring it back. That's true. I could hit Dauthi. Maybe I should have cast it. I don't know if it matters that Zoo is like tier 2 if it just has a good matchup against the best deck in the format. Being Yawgmoth. Hits Undying effect every time. It's definitely not like super free to cast that Violent Outburst. It's like a wheel spin for sure. Hey, Wolf Spider, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. How's Zoo against Titan? I'm honestly not entirely sure. I think I probably only played that matchup like twice. Once or twice. You can't have Force of Vigor because the ley line means you have to drop Giganta, so you can play like Force of Vigor in the sideboard. They have 2 Griefs in the graveyard. I think I'm just casting Shelly and crossing my fingers. If I hold on to the Shelly for post Living End, it's gonna get discarded anyways. I am dead. I'm curious to see what this Violent Outburst would have hit. I don't think that wins me the game either. But I could have done that. Having a Sheoldred against this board's not going to be good enough. I think I kind of just needed to like play the Sheoldred and hope they didn't have it. Or would a Violent Outburst did in the Thoughtseize. Would have probably taken that Shardless Agent. I don't know if they had it in hand at the time. I actually think Spyro's pretty good in the matchup. It's not great, but it's fine. I want Bolt over Shelly. Shelly's pretty slow. Big fan of the Leyline card, though. Can't wait to play with it. I think it's got a lot of potential. Harold, thank you for the follow. A lot of potential. Yeah, Living End is very, very good. Living End has free spells to answer pretty much everything. And because of that, it becomes like an unbeatable deck once they have the perfect 7. Or can sculpt the perfect 7. Yeah, Necromentia is way better than Slaughter Games because the can't be countered clause of Slaughter Games isn't relevant against like most matchups where you want Necromentia, like against Yawgmoth or Titan. Rhinos can counter it, and Living End can counter it, but you need to be able to cast it on turn 3 against the Cascade decks anyways, because turn 4 is just way too slow. Maybe I should have griefed him on one. I think I'm going to grief him now, pitching Shelly. Or I could pitch grief. Let's pitch grief. That's not Cryptic Command. That one triple blue card, it seems kind of insane too. Just discard something for turn, exile it, and just cheat it into play. I haven't needed to board in Legion's End, but in theory, Legion's End's really good against Rhinos. Architects of Will, Curator of Mysteries, Force of Vigor, Grief. The X, black instant, exile the top X cards of your opponent's deck. You may cast them for as long as they're exiled using any color of mana. I haven't seen that one. Is it until like your next turn or next end step? Is it for as long as they're exiled period? Because if it's for as long as they're exiled period, forever, that's pretty good. I see playing coffers. May take my Shelly. I think Legion's End is probably better than Explosives right now, with all the artifact hate being played in Rhinos. Sometimes if you just like play an EE preemptively, they just like flame it and blow it up. So Legion's End might be better in that regard, but also if they cast like Violent Outburst on end step, you're taking 8 damage because Legion's End is a sorcery, so it's a little bit of a trade-off there. But I'm playing both. Because frick Rhinos. Frick Rhinos and everything it stands for. You get lands too, even better. You're preaching to the choir on Violent Outburst. I hate that card so much. Yeah, I played Titan not too long ago. We ended up like 4-1. Outrageous Robbery. It's face down too. Because you're getting robbed. That's sick. Good flavor. Titan's for sure good right now, but it's not a deck that I enjoy playing very much. I used to enjoy Titan back when I was killing people with like Hive Mind Slaughter Pact. That was a lot more fun to me. Commander card for Commander. I don't know, the big mana coffer decks might like want that. It's kind of better than Invoke Despair to a degree. I mean, it doesn't affect the board, but being an instant, I'm sure you can find a place to cast it and have it be like pretty good. Archon's not good in coffers anymore. Archon's too clunky because you can cast that like early or late. And that makes a big difference. Second Odawara. True Odawara. Yo, Big Kid Boom, thank you for the prime of the 12 months. Big and Violent Outburst. If they want to cycle into my Sheoldred, that's fine. I think the main appeal of that card is it being an instant. Because you can threaten March and then threaten that card also. Seems good. Yeah, it's on the Mox field. At least it should be. That the Terminal Justice? I'll get rid of Bolt. The blue-white mana leak's gonna be good for Pioneer. Book your ticket for Denver. See you there, Trooper. Well, I uploaded it. Is it because I uploaded it as a timeless deck? Yeah, I uploaded it as a timeless deck. Son of a bitch. Alright, hold on. Alright, it's a modern deck now. Price is averted. Yeah, Liam. Thanks, Internet Streamer Man. You're welcome, Internet Streamer Chat. The Golgari enchantment seems sweet too. I don't know what that goes in, but it looks cool. Why is that late line $10? I hyped it up just now. It was all me. Our hand is not too good over there. Until they top deck the Charlotte's Agent. I don't know if it fits straight into Yogg. You probably gotta like finagle it a little bit. Because also, like, what are you cutting from Yogg? The list is like kind of tight. You have maybe 2 flex slots. No evolution. That's not one of the flex slots. That one stays. So I'm taking FOV. Ever again. But it got sick new art. Big foundation breaker. Alright. Broke Moto. Had to target them twice. Dauthi. World Soul's Rage. X green red deals X damage to any target. Put up to X land cards from your hand and or graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. That card were an instant, it'd be so much better. Still good as a sorcery though. Bye Ragavan. Alright. Let's grief them, cross our fingers, and hope they don't top deck a Cascader. I saw 2 4 prelim lists with the Scornblade Berserker, so who knows about flex slots? I don't even know what that card does. Isn't that like, yeah, what's the mechanic called? Where you give something else a counter, they can like sacrifice to draw a card. Is that what that card is? It's like Rally or something like that. Not Rally. That was the Constant Tarkir mechanic. Forget what it's called. Back up. That's what it was. Zoetic Glyph. Nah, it's an eyeball. I don't think the Fallout guy's a glyph. Dogmoth? Can't beat that Grist in a million years. Poorly Donnie. But hey, we have Resolve. Always Jogmoth. Little lady, Hapapa. They're gonna kill me. Did mulligan this opening hand. It sucked. Counter on Hapapa. Makes neck. Counter on Little Lady. Makes neck. Little 16-bit Giles theme. You have Quarter Calling. Always Quarter Calling. Body Snatcher. Body Snatcher. Yogg off the top. Probably. It's gonna be tough to beat their board as is. I'm gonna need Cockroach to do something. Imagine Fury on this board. Pitch Fury. Scam Fury. Yeah, I think I'm dead on board. They attacked with a 0 power thing too, which is like extra Giga Chad. I need like Bowmaster of my own. Bowmaster? It can scam them. Excellent, let's scam them. Oh, they have no cards in hand. Well, don't worry, I'm gonna take the other card out of their hand too. Died to 2 snakes. Feels bad, man. Ragavan might be better for playing Inti, but I still don't think it's good enough. Pyro's gotta be bad because they're a Bowmaster deck. I also don't think Hearse is that good against Yawgmoth. So I'm probably just bringing in these Cursed Totems and calling it. Hearse has its spots against Soul Cauldron. But I think generally it's not that good. I'd rather just have something to pressure them. I don't know if we have anything else that's like really cuttable here. Maybe the Kolaghan's Command, but it also pops Cauldron, so I think the Kolaghan's Command is good too. I don't think I want the Hearse in here at any point. I know a lot of people are looking at Delny for the new spoilers. The 3, 2 and a white legendary creature human scout 2/2 creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater if an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers. That ability triggers an additional time. I know some people were like looking to brew with that for the RC. I just don't think that card's good enough. It's a 3 mana 2/2 at the end of the day. And so far we're 2-0. So I haven't missed Fable so far. Magus' thoughts on Curse is that it's card disadvantage, so it sucks. Well, technically, removal's also card disadvantage. To a degree. I guess it's trading 1 for 1. And Cursed Totem trades 1 for nothing. I don't know. Mango's thinking like a Murktide player. Because I know he's talking about that in the context of Murktide. Oh my guacamole, I'm dead. Dauthi gone. Dying effect? I have lost. Been to the Legion's End. I don't think I've beaten Yawgmoth with Scam yet. Ever since they banned Fury. I actually like 0 in a million in this matchup. My Grace is going to take over the game. They have Fatal Push to kill my Grief. I have no pressure. No ways of actually attacking the Grist. Game's not winnable. Yo, Brick, thanks for gifting a sub to TJ. Appreciate it, Brick. A mirror. And get Swamp. I'm just going to take a Bowmaster. Never beat Titan. Specifically with Scam, I have not been able to beat Yawgmoth. Soul Cauldron and Grist are just like unbeatable. It's Shelly. Then I get to look at a Bowmaster ×2 and also a Fatal Push and a Lightning Bolt. Okay, well, take Lightning Bolt. Come back, take Fatal Push. Pass. Lucky that they didn't play the fetch. If they played the fetch, then that was never coming back. They also didn't flash in a Bowmaster, which means they're going for a double block angle. Also not going to work when I bolt one of them. Unless they draw an Undying effect. Doesn't matter if I bolt the token or the Bowmaster, because if they have an Undying effect and I bolt the token, the Undying effect during combat, come back, ping the Grief. I'm just going to bolt the Bowmaster. In reality, it doesn't matter. Looks like they drew the Undying effect. Guess I could have bolted it again, but I really need to fetch a Swamp here in case they Magus the Moon. I guess it's not too late. I could bolt this thing, but I really think I should fetch Swamp here so I don't get locked out from Magus. I would just have to bolt this Orc army now instead of bolting this. I should have bolted this if I wanted to bolt. I have a favorite modern deck right now. Sucks. I don't have another Bowmaster. I guess I'm just gonna get locked out by this Magus. Should have done this sooner though. Don't Magus me. You terminate. Yep. Swamp. Odd swamp. I took 4 damage this game that I didn't have to. But I was right about the Magus locking me out of the game. There's really nothing I can do about this unless I top deck like Ragavan or Lightning Bolt. Already spent 2 Lightning Bolts. Okay. Well. Probably should just fetch Swamp anyways. So tough to know. Really don't even want anything in this matchup. I'm just taking Spyro. Spyro's not even good against Bowmaster. I think I'm just taking the 1 Spyro for the 1 Magus. Everything else seems a little bad. I'm gonna beat Yogg without the totem. Totem's in here. I couldn't beat Yogg with totem, let alone without it. Hey, Wet Willie. Yogg kind of just rolled me. But think about it, Zeriak. You did so much during those 2 years. You retired, you went to college, you did so much. Thank you for the 23 months, Zeriak. Push. Scam. If I remember correctly, data structure started off pretty easy and that gets like pretty complex at the end. Not to scare you. Well, maybe a little bit to scare you. Dauthi. Dauthi on Dauthi violence. Maybe playing second Dauthi was better there. But I'm like low-key scared of Legion's End. I guess Legion's End's gonna get me good either way. Your bug, our bug. Honestly, the diamond grind wasn't so bad. A lot of people were saying, oh, the diamond grind is terrible, but I didn't think it was that bad. If I remember correctly, it eventually got pretty tough. I don't think this is good enough. This is the same hand, but again. Dauthi or Inti. Probably taking Dauthi. Unsure. Lightning Bolt. I guess they have a Dauthi they want to stick of their own, maybe. Do walk the void on me. I have to decide if I want to play Inti or Dauthi. I probably just play Dauthi. Inti's better when there's already a creature out that I can attack with. Now I think I just want to flash in Bowmaster. Have 2 attackers with Inti backup. Although they're probably just going to spend removal on Inti at that point. Like, I'm a little bit concerned that losing Fable makes you worse in the Scam Mirror, but I'm not sure how popular the Scam Mirror is going to be. I know it's like 10% of the meta right now, 14% of the meta. Let's look. 14% of the meta right now. Mangu was saying that Scales is 1% of the meta. Well, Mangu, it's 3%. Taste it. Scales out here repping. I'm honestly surprised that there isn't like a better Omnath deck out there. I feel like Omnath people are slacking. I'm not the most confident in Scales as being a good meta choice, but I am confident in playing the deck at least. That's gotta be worth something. That's not dead, but maybe I do. More bow. He skip. Zoo versus Scales, I think it's pretty favored for Scales. Because Zoo's kind of slow. And Scales is typically just faster than them. Builds bigger creatures, plus Patchwork's a pain for them. Leyline Binding is very, very good though. I just typed 2 into Twitch chat instead of into Moto. 2. Bowmaster in exile. They're probably gonna cast. Discard the Castle Locthwain. Pump up the Inti. They cast Bowmaster, and they probably go for the trade. Inti found me a Dauthi. Bless, Inti, bless. Block, block. So if I bolt the Bowmaster, they need another Bowmaster. They can't Undying it either. They have in hand, like, all Sheoldreds and Griefs, maybe? Fable. Based and Inti build. And they're Undying because it's my Orcish Bowmaster, so they'll come back to my side of the field. Alright, they died. You don't want Fable against Yawgmoth because it's too slow. You don't really want Fable against Rhinos because you can't attack through their Rhinos with it. And you don't really want Fable against Titan because it's also too slow. I wouldn't bring in Legion's End against Murktide. Don't think it's good enough. Bolt, Bolt, Swift Spear. A lot of bolts. I guess I'm taking Bolt, Bolt. Yeah, I think I'm going to the Apex Team event. Suspend Rift Bolt. Imagine if this was a turn 1 Fury. Then they would have to spend this Rift Bolt plus a Lightning Bolt out of their hand to kill the Fury. They drew the land for Searing Blaze. So sad for them. That they wasted a Rift Bolt. I think it was the right call on their part, though, because they had no idea. I think I'm dashing this Ragavan. Go, Gadget Dash Ragavan. Their Lightning Helix. Would love to be able to cast that. It's a shame I had to kill the Eidolon. Alright, need them not to draw fetch land. Okay, they didn't draw fetch land. I think I'm just griefing them. Dashing again next turn. Big Swifty, leave them with 2 Searing Blazes. Hope they never draw another land for the rest of the time. I guess lands and spells are bad for me, though. So maybe there's no winning here. I'm just aggressively scamming, that's all. Nah, I got Fable for Inti. Try Inti out. Searing Blaze. Take 1. I don't know if I was supposed to Thoughtseize or not. I feel like I'm not supposed to. Magus of the Moon. Skewer. I think I want to Thoughtseize. Card in their hands will only good if they draw a land. Oh, they drew a land. It's gonna be good. Not dead. Lightning Helix number 2. Foothills. Alright, Magus and Prey. Miss. Expiro. Molten Collapse seems kind of bad, but Thoughtseize is also pretty bad. I don't think they still run Sanctifier. I don't know. I haven't seen a burn list in forever. So I'm not going to board in the explosives. It's also kind of nice that Inti gets around Sanctifier a little bit by trampling over it. But I'm just going to assume they don't have it. Molten Collapse is pretty terrible, though. Just want, like, instant speed removal. And it's a work of art. Turn 1 removal spell, turn 2 Chalice on 1. They Sanctify me, it's whatever. Could grief and look. I guess we'll grief and look. God, it's all 2-drops. Yes, I'm taking that L. Yeah, please don't draw a land for the love of all that is holy. That being said, take a Searing Blaze, I guess. They have 2, so it probably doesn't matter. Messed up, dude. I thought those were 2 Searing Blazes. I didn't even see that one of them was the Searing Blood. I'm gonna just take the Searing Blood. Third land Skewer. Through another Searing Blaze. I'm gonna die. So now they have a Lightning Helix in hand. Which means... I know one of the cards in their hand's useless. So I could just like leave up Lightning Bolt instead. And just like not tap out for Kolaghan's command. So one of the cards in hand is just Lightning Bolt, which doesn't do anything in the Chalice. Oh yeah, leave a useless bolt, true. Got a point. Got a point there. Alright, give me that Lightning Helix. Paper. I'd leave a bolt. This is why I don't like Chalice against Burn very much. It's like I got a sweet Chalice on one. I hurt B-Boy that I hurt them. Oh, Scam's still mediocre. I don't know. I didn't really miss Fable. But also like... Ugh. Such a fair deck now. Such a fair deck when it doesn't do this on turn 1. I even lost when I did this on turn 1 a couple times.
Have you peeked? Bing bong, bing bong. Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.